Welcome to the ScottyDontX show, Road Trip, part 3 of 3, where it all leads.
I'm excited. Gonna get my MetaSmart glasses. And I'd already have them if I hadn't driven to the wrong store. How much self-assault is good for learning? So, people might call themselves idiots. Just even in their head if they're not speaking out loud to record for an audience. Are we not forgiving ourselves? Are we not moving on when this happens? There's a story that I am not ready to tell, but let's just say it was 25 years of not having the grace to forgive myself and live my life. But we're tucking that one away for later. If you knew me in my life before podcasting and Morning Show Boot Camp 36, then you probably are correct in the event that you think it was. Now, let's look back, mental health here, on your childhood. Things that happened to you as a child, be it, abuse, bullying, lack of love expressed in a way that you can understand from your parents, perhaps a broken family, or a non-traditional family that resulted in a lot of stress. If you could speak to that younger version of yourself, and it doesn't have to be from yourself, you could be anybody else in this hypothetical scenario, what would you say to that child? What kind of reassurance would you give the child? And would you make sure to let them know that this is not their fault at all? Well, somebody might have said that to you. Most probably they didn't. So you took it as your fault or you deserved this for some reason. And you may be holding on to that now. I am not a therapist. I don't even have a master's degree in anything except the School of Hard Knocks. Okay, that wasn't funny. I didn't go to the School of Fort Knox either. But I've done some therapy, and it's definitely made things better. But when I was taken into the exercise of what would you say to that younger version of yourself, that was really hard. Because the end result is I am much more giving to others than myself, giving solutions, giving a sense of well-being to problematic situations. I would have let little Scotty off the hook. I would have told little Scotty, this is not your fault, and you need to understand it. And also, little Scotty lost a family member in 1985, and intellectually knew it wasn't his fault, but emotionally felt that it was his fault because he should have been able to do something either to postpone the death or help the family move past it. However, he was a fourth grader. What did he know? Not enough to make those situations happen. So I categorize that all as self-assault, because keep banging on yourself. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why couldn't I make this happen? And truth is, in some situations, you are powerless. Unless you have a healing potion defeating death when someone is facing it, doesn't work out so well. And you can't make other people feel a certain way, better or more accepting. You can let them know you offer support and maybe some perspective items, but you cannot make people feel a certain way. You definitely open the door for it, and yeah. In the same way that you would show person-to-person love for somebody in that situation, are you willing to accept that kind of person-to-person love and support from someone else for your drama, for your trauma, for what you've been through? And are you open to accepting that person-to-person love and support from yourself to your own drama and trauma and abuse? I'm willing to think that based on 100% that most people are not open to that. Why? Well, let's go with the stereotypes. Men don't cry. Don't be vulnerable. Let's look at other stereotypes where you can have it all, just you don't need to depend on somebody else. And another stereotype, just buck up and smile. Put yourself together. Lift yourself by your bootstraps. Yeah, you don't have time to cry. Or, internally, well, if you take time to work on this and work on yourself, and if you're willing to forgive yourself and let go, then you're being selfish. And you're being selfish because you're taking away resources for other people, and you're wallowing in self-pity. And nobody wants to see a wallower. Nobody wants to hear you complain. Stereotype, stereotype, stereotype. Now, this isn't the same for everybody. I'm speaking in generalizations here, of course. So maybe this doesn't apply to you at all. Maybe it does, and you're not willing to admit it. Or possibly this has touched you in a way, and you go, dang, I should be open to that from one source, another, or all of them. And I know saying these things out loud reminds me I'm not always open to this. Look at me. I'm still mentally kicking my own butt because I drove to the wrong store. So look at me. I wasted dinosaur gas fuel. And I wasted time. I mean, this is my lunch. And I could have had my new technology and, been home charging it much sooner. All right. I've arrived at the Best Buy. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, this all needs remastered or respoken from script. However, right now, it goes up as it is. Didn't expect to go through self assault or having the grace to forgive oneself. But reality is, you rode in the car with me. I am at ScottyDontX on Facebook and Instagram. This podcast can be found on a bunch of different services, including iHeartRadio. Take care of yourself, take care of someone else, and leave a smile on.